This is what we learned from each team in NFL Week 3. And again, before we get into the video, if you want my sports betting picks, click the link in my bio. The Miami Dolphins, they still got something left. I know it was a loss to the Bills, but they showed a lot of fight in that game. Will they be able to make the playoffs? That's got to be tough. But I do think there is still something left here with the Dolphins, and I still think there is a brighter future ahead for them. Cleveland Browns, this defense is tough. I mean, we've seen it the first 3 weeks. It's been pretty solid, except for against the Ravens, of course, in week 2. That was atrocious. But overall, I mean, they were holding the Packers down. I mean, no run game from the Packers. The pass game really wasn't there. I mean, it was a fantastic game out of the Browns defense. Indianapolis Colts, Jonathan Taylor and Danny Dimes are still a dynamic duo. I talked about it last week. This duo, I mean, it is insane what they're doing. I don't think anyone expected this. But yeah, they're tough. Those two are tough to stop right now. Buffalo Bills, I don't really have a huge takeaway for them, but our takeaway is they're still elite. They're still a very tough team to stop. Hence why they're undefeated. Although the Dolphins slowed them down, it wasn't like a major slowdown. The Bills still easily could score pretty much every possession. So overall, Bills are still very elite. Green Bay Packers, this is just one of those weeks. My takeaway for them is this is just a tough week. They're obviously got to bounce back after this loss. I mean, this is one of those tough losses you take. And I do think they will bounce back though. Tennessee Titans, this team is in for a rough year. I mean, I get it. They gave another good fight, but it's just like they're just missing something. Like when they need it most in these first few games, they've been close to winning these games, and then it just. This week though, it was probably their worst week. And their offense just lacks a little bit more explosiveness, especially in the pass game. It needs something. Cincinnati Bengals, as you guys know, this is my team. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Trash and changes need to be made. That's my takeaway. New England Patriots, we got to clean up the turnovers. I mean, I don't think this team's bad. I think this team can make a possible playoff appearance, but you got to clean up. I mean, there's 3 fumbles, there was an interception. I mean, they just got to clean stuff up, and they'll be fine. Minnesota Vikings, this defense is tough. I mean, it's a tough defense, although, of course, my Bengals are, they're kind of a mess right now, obviously, is the nicest way I could say it. This defense is tough for the Vikings. I mean, they have given a fight in pretty much all these games. Of course, week 2 was definitely their worst week, but this defense is still tough. That pass rush is tough. And it's not going to be a fun day passing against Minnesota. Steelers, this offense, you got to get it going. I mean, I know you guys won, but again, that is largely because of the turnovers and your defense kind of winning you this game. I mean, Rodgers did not play great. The run game was, I believe, Jalen Warren averaged, I think it was like 2.6 yards per carry. I mean, it did not look that good. Rodgers had like 139 passing yards or something pretty low. Like, it looked bad, and it needs some work. It needs some work. Philadelphia Eagles, my takeaway for them is they just keep finding ways to win. I mean, it's amazing. This is one of those teams that they're just a good team. They find ways to win. And we saw it obviously against the Rams. That's just one of those things, a blocked field goal. It's crazy, but they find ways to win. They find ways to change their game plan. They're a tough team. New York Jets, I don't have a huge takeaway from them besides, I mean, they did what they could in this week. Obviously, backup quarterback, they made a huge comeback. It just didn't pan out. Las Vegas Raiders, you guys have no run defense. I mean, it is bad. You guys in the first 3 weeks have not been great against the run, and it was bad this week against the Commanders. I mean, they had no problems, no matter who was running it. Freaking McNichols, Krosky Merritt, Marcus Mariota. I mean, everyone was running it. I mean, it was bad. It was a bad look for the Raiders' run defense in week 3. Carolina Panthers. My takeaway for them, again, not a huge takeaway here, but their pass defense looked solid. I mean, it looked obviously solid. Was that maybe Penix not being that great? Possibly, but overall, their pass defense looked pretty good in week 3. Jacksonville Jaguars. This team easily could be 3-0 right now. They're a tough team. I mean, they're a tough team. I think they definitely have a chance to make it into the playoffs this year. And, if they keep playing the way they're playing, their defense isn't bad. Their offense is also pretty solid. Like, they're just a overall pretty solid, tough team that could definitely be a playoff threat. Atlanta Falcons, again, Michael Penix. You gotta do better, bro. I mean, you miss half your passes. That's unacceptable. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. Got to do better. Michael Penix definitely needs to bounce back after this week. Denver Broncos. All right, this one, again, this is the theme of, I would say, almost all their games so far. Of course, the first one, I know they won it, but you got to finish. Pause on that. But you guys got to finish these games off. I mean, last week, you should have won that game. The missed field goal, you got to finish there. And then this week, again, it's just they just have not been finishing these games off, and I feel like they're playing pretty good, and then it just kind of slips out of their hands. They just gotta finish these games off. New Orleans Saints, you guys might go winless. I hate to say it, but you guys oh man, it's hard to watch the New Orleans Saints play football. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. This team they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Houston Texans, this team, I think is definitely, it's a bit surprising, definitely disappointing for Texans fans. But you guys got to start finding a way to win. I mean, watching these games, it's again they're decent on offense and they're decent on defense, but they need something. They need something special. They need the defense to get a turnover. They need the offense to get do a little better. You know what I mean? It's just they're missing in each game. They're just missing that one piece that can get them over that hump and get them that first win. So the Texans, they just got to find a way to win. All right, Los Angeles Chargers, whatever you want to call them, San Diego Chargers, whatever. They're a dual threat team with Omarion Hampton. He's obviously got to be getting even more carries now with Najee Harris out. He looked great in this week against the Broncos. And then, of course, Herbert also looked solid. He didn't look his best, but he still threw for 300 yards. And that's just, they're a deadly duo. Seattle Seahawks are a playoff threat. They are a playoff threat. They definitely have a chance to make it into the playoffs. Well, but by playoff threat, I mean they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. Okay, I'm not going to say they're going to do great in the playoffs if they do make it, but they look good. They look good, of course, against the Saints. They dominate Grants against the Saints, but they've looked pretty good in these first few games. I think they definitely have a chance to possibly make it to the playoffs again. Dallas Cowboys. Whew. Dallas Cowboys, man. Oh, man. Yeah, this defense is a mess. I mean, it's a mess. You guys there's really not much else I need to say. If you watch that Bears game, it's just you're making Caleb Williams look like an MVP candidate. And it's just we got to stop that. You know what I mean? The defense needs a lot of work. San Francisco 49ers, Mac Jones is balling. He's balling. I mean, it's amazing. In the first 2 games, Mac Jones has looked extremely good. I definitely was a Mac Jones doubter, but I definitely think he's a backup that can get this team, still and keep them in the play. I mean, they're 3-0 right now, so I have a lot of confidence in Mac Jones. Really like what he's doing, and Mac Jones is balling right now. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, you got to play better. I mean, you're not playing the absolute worst football, but you're definitely not living up to the expectations and to the skill level we know you have. I mean, it's the biggest thing with the Cardinals so far is they're lacking a little bit, especially now with, James Conner out. He's going to have to step up even more, and he just has not really gotten going, and he definitely needs to get going here. Detroit Lions, my takeaway from them is they're back. I mean, I said this last week, when they beat the Bears, but I got to say it again. I mean, they're back, and we know it for sure now. Again, going against the Ravens, we saw that game. Fantastic game. Their offense was flawless. Defense, of course, it's kind of what we've seen from the Lions, where defense is shaky at times, but their offense looked very, very good. And yeah, the Lions are back. Kansas City Chiefs, you guys are getting started. I'm not gonna have a huge takeaway for them. That was, a ugly win. It was an ugly win to say the least. It was not the best win that the Chiefs have obviously ever had, but they're getting started. They got their first win. We'll see next week. Baltimore Ravens, your defense has to step up. I know there was another key fumble by Derrick Henry, but overall, this defense just cannot stop anyone. I mean, the run game looked good against the Ravens. The pass game looked good against the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens are just struggling right now to find any sort of defense. And they got to get it figured out. New York Giants, again, this is the final takeaway of the video. You guys got to figure out this quarterback situation. I think at this point it's time to switch it up. That's personally my opinion. My takeaway is I think it's time to switch it up. Jackson Dart, somebody, Jameis Winston, somebody else, please. Alrighty, y'all, that is going to cap it off for the video. Let me know any other videos you guys want me to make. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. And without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.